Henshin a go, baby! Shalom, it's me, Sudden Skye, and welcome back to Viewtiful Joe. In the last part, we just beat Captain Blue, and now we are learning a new move, because we beat him, for some reason. We are learning Zoom! It's a new VFX chip move that Viewtiful can now hit the weak spots of his enemies, and we have a bunch of new stuff that we can do. If you hold or just press up on the C stick, you have the ability to make your moves even stronger to hit the weak points of your enemies. A thing that I've been ignoring this whole time is the VFX meter up top in the green here. But first there's a little puzzle. You need to be at the direct center and press up on the C stick, or if you don't like pressing up on the C stick, you could press Z, which will have the similar effect. It doesn't matter which you press, up on the C stick or just press Z. You will activate the zoom. But the VFX meter on top, up until the blue is where your VFX will refill by itself. If you saw in the earlier parts, every time I use Mach speed or the slow or VFX, the VFX moves, or even zoom, which we just learned, that VFX bar will go down, as you can see here when I'm pressing slow, or I think it's L right now to make it slow. It slowly goes down, and there's an upgrade that you could buy to make that go down even slower if you don't like having your VFX expended so quickly. So you can buy that to make that go slower, so you could use it for even longer amounts of time. But with the new move Mach speed, you can, if you press up on the C stick and then press the kick button, which is I think is X or Y, you will do this spinning kick move that'll attack all around you. But you can't move while doing it, which is one of the downsides to that move. And also, if you're jumping in the air, if you press up on the C stick, or if you, I'm gonna stop saying up on the C stick and I'll just say zoom. If you use zoom while in mid-air, you'll do this ground pound stomping move that'll cover the terrain that you are on. And you could also combine your moves while in zoom. Since while you're in slow mode, your attacks are stronger, and while you're in zoom, your attacks are stronger. You could press both Z and L to activate both powers at the same time, so you could even have even stronger attacks. You could even activate slow and Mach speed at the same time. But if you do that slow and then Mach speed at the same time, it'll just be slow, but you'll be able to move at a regular speed that you would if you weren't doing slow. Just everyone else is moving slow. There's no regular Bianchi. I've not brought notice to him, so I'm bringing notice to him now. Or now that he's gone, I guess it doesn't really matter. But this is that was the Bianchi named Joker. The Joker comes on strong with his whirling roulette attack. His speed is dazzling and dizzying. And a very strange character if you saw the Viewtiful Joe show, which I remember very vividly. I don't have a lot of memories with that show. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I like it for what it was. I actually knew the show before I knew the game. My sister got Viewtiful Joe for her 7th birthday, so, and I guess I was like 10 at the time when I got this game. So, and I don't think my sister liked Viewtiful Joe that much, but I loved Viewtiful Joe. But I knew Viewtiful Joe before I knew the characters that he was based on. He is actually the creator of the game, Hideki Kamiya, or Kamiya, if you like to pronounce it like that. He based Viewtiful Joe off the Kaimen Rider series, which is a form of Japanese entertainment. It's like a superhero Japanese series of things. Very similar to Super Sentai, which is basically Power Rangers, but not quite the same. There's this, like, you can see some, like, parallels that that this game would have with Power Rangers, but it's not quite the same. It's a lot more similar to the Kaimen Rider. But if I did suggest a Power Rangers series that wasn't Mighty Morphin, I'd suggest Jungle Fury. I really liked that one very much. It's very different, but very, I don't know. It's different. It's a different kind of Power Ranger series, but I think it's the only one that's worth watching besides Mighty Morphin, of course. But I remember Jungle Fury a lot more. This puzzle, I was stuck on for a while when I first got this game, because after I got to this part, I had no idea what to do. Because what I say, I was 10 at the time, so I didn't really think this through at all. I mean, I tried standing on the bus, but I thought the bus was gonna like make it every time, and I didn't know what to do. So basically, what you have to do is wait for this bus, or you don't have to wait. You just run up to it, jump on top of it, and then press slow on top of it to build up the fire and the flames on the engine to blast off to the other side of that little pond there. Or I don't even think that was a pond. That was, it was poison, I guess. Was it a swamp? This is a very rundown area now that I bring notice to it. And if you notice some posters in the background, there's pretty weird stuff. I mean, there's like a black cat posted multiple times in the background. I mean, what's so important about that black cat, huh? And yes, one of the downsides to the mid areas of there are a lot of helicopters that you must fight. And a helicopter is not a very interesting for a regular mini boss enemy. And this time you have two, so even less interesting. But as you fight this one stands by. He waits. Now that you have the zoom attack, they go down even faster. Excuse me. And another trick that I've not brought notice to when fighting the helicopter enemy. Every so often, the helicopter will shoot missiles. You can take advantage of the missiles to take this guy down even sooner by pressing slow and then punching the missile to redirect it towards the enemy. It's like a homing missile, so it should hit the helicopter every time. But I think if it doesn't get there in time, the missile just explodes on its own. We run into this building. But first, break time. So we should power up our powers. Let's see what I get this time. You might want to get the VFX meter pretty soon. I guess I didn't really explain how you get money in this game. The coins that have the V on top of that embroidered on the coins that are dropped by the enemies are your form of currency in this game. And I guess I'll get the boomerang, which is basically a boomerang item, which you can throw at your enemies. It's not very useful. I don't use it a lot, but I guess I'll show it off. It's pretty weak, but which is why I'd rather just throw my punches at my enemies. This is another puzzle that I got stuck on for a while and decided to quit the game for a while. And I don't think the rankings do anything for you. They don't really unlock anything for you. But it's nice that nowadays like games rate you every time you finish a part of a level. I feel like it motivates players to do even better than they're actually doing. You know, give them some motivation to try hard for those rankings. Which is also a question that someone asked Hideki Kamiya on Twitter one time. And he said that they were important too. Before I didn't really like rankings because if you get like a low rank, you feel bad about that. But this puzzle, you want to hit the button on top of the chandelier, the main chandelier on top, and then I guess that was the part that I was stuck on because I didn't know there was a button on top of that. It'll then drop the tiny chandeliers on the sides, which you can then reach these crystals, and then walk up to the pedestals on the sides of this elevator. Oh, that was more than awesome. You gotta give me some credit for that game. Well, that is the end of this part, and I will see you guys in the next part.